I like post-apocalyptic movies. I'm just going to go on record saying that I always enjoy them. I don't know, it's something.
Me too. And this was a beautiful movie. It was a pretty movie.
Oh yeah, no, visually it's great. Visually
Oh,
it's great.
definitely. It was hard to follow though.
See,
I'll just start off with that right there. That you know what this movie reminded me of in the sense of following Dune. You know how I had a hard time with Dune.
Dune?
Same Dune.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Doom. I was like, don't you dare fucking compare this movie to that piece of shit.
Oh, Dune, as in the fucking.
Yeah. Dune, you're talking. Yeah, Dune 1, Part 2. Yeah,
Dune 1, 2. Yeah. Same.
See,
category.
I didn't have any problems with Dune either. Like, I don't know, but
this movie, I swear to God, you would have had to graduate from Harvard to understand it.
See, I don't know. I'm a Mad Max fan. I've watched all the other old ones and shit too.
And I will admit that I'm not too familiar with the story. Maybe if I would have understood the story before, I would have probably gotten a little more. But
see, yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff you probably like if you watch it. There's cameos in this movie. There's a little like Easter eggs, if you would call them, of Mad Max. There's a bunch of characters from other movies and shit like that too.
A lot of producers, when they make a fresh movie like this one, right? But they couldn't, right? Because this was a prequel, right?
This is a prequel, yeah.
Okay, so they couldn't really explain anything. Okay, I get it now. Yeah. Because I was searching hard for explain to me what happened before this, but I guess they can't.
No, they can't
have it happen
because this is. See, here's the thing. Ironically enough, I'll say this before we go into the detail parts of the show. This literally takes place. The end of this, the very end. I won't say the ending. Exactly. But this is a prequel. And anyone who's seen Mad Max Fury Road, this picks up literally right where the Mad Max Fury Road begins. I won't say how or why. Yeah. The ending of this movie goes right, almost right into Mad Max Fury Road. So now again, I'm curious I would love for you to watch that one.
Yeah.
I would love for you to watch that one. But what I would suggest for you to do before we go into this, I'll say this. What I would suggest for anyone watching these movies is read up some lore.
I think that's what I'm having to do, because picking up this movie right now made no damn sense.
Well, because you don't know who Mad Max is. You don't know who Furiosa is. You don't know why the world's in the shape that it is. So you're not invested. I get it. I was invested because I remember watching Mad Max from when I was a kid all the way up till now. And from what I understand, these new movies. What is it? Yeah, exactly. Well, it was early 80s, I think, or actually it might have been late 70s. The first one came out. But my point is, there's a lot of lore to this. And from what I understand, these newer movies are a soft reboot. They're attached to the old ones, apparently. So technically, even if you were to watch Mad Max Fury Road, you would they don't tell you who Max is. They automatically assume you know who Max is because there's 4 or 5 other movies before that movie.
Right. At one scene, he just showed up, and here's a new character. Like, what the fuck?
Well, pretty much. So if you're not familiar with it, now there is a very short blink if you miss it Easter egg of Max in this movie. I won't say anything. There was a scene in the desert, and all you do is you see a car and a silhouette of a person. That's all you see, and that everyone knows what Mad Max's car looks like, and that was what that was. You'll see it. Everyone will see it. It was a great cameo, and I was like, hell yeah!
That was like the movie cover, right, from the 80s, right, with him standing next to the car.
Kinda, they kinda, yeah.
I could be wrong, but yeah.
I mean, it wasn't the exact scene. I mean, obviously, but they definitely they did a good job. But before we go on that, I want to before we go into that, because I do have some stuff to talk about. Want to get the general stuff out of the way. If you're watching this is our weekly movie review, spoiler free. Me and VC Learn, we're going to discuss it. We're going to go over it. We're going to tell you what we like, what we didn't like, but spoiler free. By the last quarter of the show, we have our scoring system. This week, our scoring system. Let me get that for you. I don't know why I put that over there, because I'm an asshole and I like to torment myself. This one is pretty standard. This one has the story, acting, action, pacing, and production. Yeah. So pretty standard this week. And then, of course, we have our woke score that we give our woke score. The higher that is, the worse it is if it's there. And then, of course, we give our overall score, and then we make our, we talk about it afterwards. So
Yes, we do.
before we do all that, though, okay, before we all do that, make sure to go over to the website, nobullgi.com, NOBULLGI.com. Make sure to check out the merch store. We have some pretty reasonably decent merch over there. It helps the network a lot. Along with the other, if you want to subscribe to some of our other stuff, we have some services you can subscribe to, but the merch store goes a long way. Again, financial aid is not a mandatory thing. You can pass it around. Nice. Yeah, it definitely helps. But word of mouth and getting the network out there, whether you like this show or another show, helps a lot. So get that word of mouth out there, guys. Get that. But yeah, you can find our merch store there. Make sure to check out the schedule to find out what's coming, what's going, what's being released, and what is being renewed, including drop shows, because they are sporadic and they are planned. Well, they are scheduled once we know of a date that we're doing it. And then finally, also make sure to check out our archives. Everything past, present, and future is there, from this show to other shows that are on the network. I checked last time in the last week, and I think we're over 400 plus videos on there.
Damn.
Yeah, there's quite a lot. We've been doing this for a minute, and there is a lot of content. Everything from movies to politics to gaming to just all outright dumb shit. It's all there. Yeah. Okay.
Sprinkle of everything.
Sprinkle of everything. We try to make sure everybody's happy. Well, no, we don't. We like to make ourselves happy, and if you can be happy in the process, that's great.
Then good for you.
Exactly. Be a pompous prick.
That's it.
Make sure to leave some comments down below. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Stay up to date with everything that we do here on the network. Also, make sure to find us on all of our other socials as well, including TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and our Discord. All that and more can be found on the website. Once again, that website is nobullgi.com, NOBULLGI.com. And tonight, we are talking about Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. I actually, all right, there is a little bit of, because I wanted to find out if I was correct on certain things, so I had to look something up. I felt the same way as some of the other people felt, and I will say it later on, about, was this movie Mad Max Fury Road, I think, was a better film. Okay. It was absolutely a better film, but this movie was probably one of the best. And now, mind you, this is coming from a person who's not really keen on prequels. I don't usually like prequels because I already know how the story is going to end. I don't like watching something and already knowing how it's going to turn out. Takes away the thrill. This was probably one of the best.
Well, everybody likes to do prequels, yeah. I don't know
because everybody's running out of ideas. That's why. But to be fair, here we go. This was probably one of the best prequels I've ever seen.
Okay.
Best prequel by far. By far. This is the best prequel. I actually wanted to get something here. Okay, I have it ready because I didn't look it up, but I have it now, so we're good. I am saddened to know that you were not as
enthusiastic about the movie as you were.
Yeah.
When it came to action, amazing. It was a really fast-paced film from the fucking beginning. Like not even 5 minutes in, the action began. Right.
That's how the first one is.
Yeah, it was right on. So I'm not complaining about that. I'm more complaining that I don't know. I understand why they didn't explain the movie, right? Because it's a prequel. But yeah, because of that, there was just you're going into it blind if it's the first time you watch the movie.
This is not a movie. This is not a movie for first-time goers.
I learned that.
I think that's just the weakness of this film. Is this film does not do a good job of introducing new people.
No. You would think if it's a prequel, they would introduce the characters as new. You know what I mean? So
and Fury Road are not like, and I loved Fury Road, but I think these movies are not made for people who have never watched a Mad Max film.
Yeah, you can't be a novice to this one. You got
Mad Max is the influencer of most modern day post-apocalyptic movies. Because like even the way that things look, like the apocalyptic way people dress and shit. Most movies steal that from this film.
Dude, those bikes were amazing. His carriage was amazing.
Oh, you're talking about the carriage.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, Chris Hemsworth, this is the first time I have ever seen. I won't give anything away, but this is the first time I've ever seen Chris Hemsworth play a bad guy and fucking loved it.
He was even comical.
No, yeah, it was, but in a way, in a psychotic way.
Yeah, it was right.
Like I loved his character.
Did you know that I read that a bunch of years back that the Australian police used to use something similar? It was like a character with a big bike in the front, and it would control it from the back.
Was it like weird. A giant tricycle?
It was something. I just read that it was. They got the idea of that and portrayed it in the movie. Yeah.
That's wild. I don't know
all the details. But yeah.
Morton Joe being in this film, that was cool. You don't know who the fuck he is. I get it, but he was the guy with the respirator face mask, the really pale guy.
Yeah.
That's a Morton Joe, and he's from Fury Road.
Which actually going into him a little bit, like at the end, it kept me wondering: was he bad or was he good? It's tough.
Nobody. Here's the thing about the nobody's good. It's like everybody's just surviving. Not even Max is a good guy. Max is just out there doing like he'll fucking probably shoot a. No, I don't think he would shoot a kid, but he'll shoot a woman.
But he would do a lot.
He'd probably shoot a woman.
A lot to get what he wants. Yeah.
So yeah, nobody's really a good guy. There are basically the way it is there are bad people and then there are worse people. Like that's basically what, because all the good people basically are dead.
Right.
You know, the ones that don't want to have violence, they're all dead. they're dead. And then we're left with this.
In a world like this, you have to be bad to survive.
I love the Mad Max franchise is known for really kooky shit, like their armor. Like, did you know you're a wrestling fan. Do you remember the Road Warriors, Animal and Hulk?
Yes.
They got their idea for that whole Road Warriors thing from Mad Max.
Did they really?
Yeah. One of the movies, if I'm correct, one of the old Mad Max movie was called Road Warrior. They got that whole gimmick, that whole apocalyptic thing with the spikes and shit, and the hockey pad. Yeah, they got that. If you look at the Road Warriors and you look at Mad Max, you can see we're all like the haircuts and everything. It was all basically
the influence.
They got that from that. So, like. Mad Max has inspired a whole generation of things. That's why it's so popular.
No, after watching the movie and then reading up on it has been a cultural influencer.
Oh no, it is. Like if you read the lore and you find out more about the characters, I think you would actually enjoy. Here's the task I put forth upon you. Read the lore, or better yet, here you go. Watch the old movies, which they're old. They're Mel Gibson. I think is it Mel Gibson? I think.
I believe so.
God, I think it's Mel Gibson. I always get their names messed up. I'm almost certain.
You looked it up earlier. Yeah, I think it was.
It's not. Wait. Oh my God. Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure because he's the Australian one, right? Yeah. Because it was originally like Australian. Point is though, they're old, so you got to keep that in mind. They are older movies, but watch those movies. Then read some lore on the characters because there are comics and shit, and I know you're not going to sit through all the comics. Read the lore, get yourself up to date with that, and then watch Fury Road. And I think you would actually enjoy it. Yes, and you would probably be like, damn, Fury Road. You think this movie was action packed? Fury Road was a fucking nuts fest, and that came out back in 2017 or some shit.
And that's the thing. The movie was absolute 100% enjoyable. My problem was just the story because it just didn't explain itself.
No, it doesn't have a great entry point. If you have never watched a Mad Max film, this is not a good starting point. This movie wasn't made for newcomers. This movie was made for Mad Max fans.
Yep.
That's what it was made for. And I hate to say that. And I think that's probably, and again, I'll actually get into that here. I think as a result, because I have it with me right now, the box office of this film, you would think this is a lot of money, okay? $172.8 million made in the box office. You're like, oh, that's not bad, right?
Yeah.
But the budget of the film was $168 million.
Yeah.
So they only made $4 million more than what the film cost.
Yep. And they don't consider that a success. They have to double it or triple it.
Sadly. This movie wasn't a flop as far as viewership. If it made $172 million, that means a lot of fucking people did go see this movie. It did not do bad. This is a great movie. The problem is the majority of people that probably went to go see it, a good amount, were not.
Mm-hmm.
They were first time.
Novice.
Yeah, first,
Yep, like
or
myself.
maybe even
Yep.
people who just seen Fury Road. Because again, I'll go into saying Fury Road is not a good starting point. I already knew who Mad Max was when Fury Road came out a few years back.
So that's weird. So they made so the one you just mentioned was a prequel. This is like a prequel to the prequel.
No, the
Basically.
Fury Road apparently is a continuum of the Mad Max series. It's just a different actor because he didn't, he wasn't doing the character anymore because he's old as shit now, right? So they got Tom Hardy to play Max. Apparently, I won't go into it. There's apparently some lore there that might not actually be Max, but whatever. But yeah, that was a few years ago when they did Mad Max Fury Road. This movie is a prequel to Mad Max Fury Road. So this movie's actually in between the old movies and and Fury Road.
Yeah, confusing, very much.
Like beautiful, like the character, dude. There's a guy. One of Morton Joe's sons is named Scrotus.
Yes, I know.
Like come on, like you can't get any. Like you can't get any more. I heard
that the producer is a huge Beavis and Butthead fan. I think that's where it comes from.
Well, they did that. They did that kind of in the original movies too. They always have like weird names.
Weird fucking names.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, what was it was the oh my god, what was his name? Chris Hemsworth's character, the Dementus. Dementus. Yeah. Which again, I'm gonna tell you right now, my favorite character in this. Like, I like a Morton Joe, and I thought the actress who did, because it wasn't the original actress who did Furiosa in Fury Road. From what I understand, the actress that did Furiosa in Fury Road, Charlize Theron, she apparently was really hard to work with, so they didn't bring her back for this one. So they got a whole new actress.
Actors lose their positions, yeah.
Pretty much.
Attitude.
And the actress who did this role did a great job, I thought. I thought she did a great job. I was worried about that because Charlize Theron, she's a badass. And she did a really good job. I'm not saying she didn't do a great job as Furiosa in Fury Road. But this actress did a great job. But again, even a Morton Joe, great character. Chris Hemsworth's character in this movie was fucking gold.
Yeah, flawless.
Great villain.
He does so well, man. He's everywhere now. Dude, I know
he's
that. He's just every fucking
I mean,
what the fuck?
It's because of Thor. It's because of Marvel.
He exploded.
It's because of Marvel, because he's Thor. I mean, he's been playing Thor for like, what, 10 years now, I think? And now, because he's got that Disney money, like, you're not paying him.
And it's a whole family, too. It's nuts.
It is, but it's like, I don't like them as much as I like Chris Hemsworth. Like his brother tried to do Geralt from The Witcher, and that got canceled on arrival, basically. So, but I think that there's a lot of drama there. But again, my point is, this is the first time that I can remember seeing Chris Hemsworth as a villain. And I am so glad that this worked, because I was worried that Chris Hemsworth was going to be typecast as just the action star. And yeah, this is an action movie, but this is the first one that he's not the hero.
Yeah.
He's the villain, and I love it. And he played such a great villain. Great villain. Bravo to Chris Hemsworth. I hope we see more diversity. I heard that he actually has a potential of suffering from, I think, dementia or something. And that makes, and he's young,
that's
dude.
Not good.
He actually stepped away from acting for a little bit because he was, apparently it runs in his family, and he was afraid that he was starting to affect him. But he's acting again, so I don't know. Don't hold me to that, but I do remember he stepped away from Marvel for a little bit because of those reasons. I remember it was some cognitive issue. It might not be dementia, it might be something else. But yeah, no, but again, a fantastic job. Even the makeup, like it looked like Chris Hemsworth, but I think because he's got a beard and long hair, I think what they did is they put more makeup on him because they didn't want you to think, oh, he just looks like Thor in a Mad Max movie, because that's what Thor looks like: short, long hair, beard, whatever. He's supposed to be a Viking. Well, they did such a good job of trying to make him look less like Chris Hemsworth. They made it like something about his face. I don't know what about the makeup that he was wearing. It looked less like him. He was more dirty. He was more grungy. His face looked a little different. It was good. And I will applaud Chris Hemsworth for the fact that right now was the highlight of this. Now, don't get me wrong. The movie was great. And again, is Fury Road better? Yeah, but this is probably the best prequel of a movie that I've ever seen. Ever.
And you're not big fans of that.
I'm not a big fan. I usually don't like prequels, but this is a pure example of how you make a fucking prequel.
Yeah.
This was good. I sat through this whole thing. I was enjoying the whole thing. Like, and they didn't hold back either. There was fucking kids in this movie that getting abused and shit. Like they didn't care. They threw all the fucking punches out.
Oh, jam-packed with action. You know what this movie needed?
Violence, gore. Like, it was all there.
Violence, gore. It was all there. More profanity, maybe. Give it that more that.
Sure, I guess. I think, yeah. It didn't affect me too much, but a little profanity. I think profanity would have made it a little more funnier, and I don't want that.
And you don't want that?
No, I wouldn't want it. I think this movie was more funny than it should have actually been. It could have been a little more serious. Fury Road actually didn't have as much comedy in it. And I think that's because it was more of a serious note. Fury Road focuses more on Immortan Joe. If you remember the end of this movie and what Furiosa, what she did and everything, that is pretty much the theme of Fury
the beginning
Road.
Of the other movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course Furiosa runs into Max, and then the story unfolds. And there's reasons. It's a good fucking movie. I do strongly recommend watching it, but become a little more familiar with the characters so you can enjoy it, I think. But with that said, let's get into the score.
The time has come.
Yeah, let's get into the score. Of course, like I said, our scoring system for this week is story, acting, pacing, action, and production. Okay. And then those have 1.5. Oh, those have a 1 through 5 score, 1.5, 2.5 if needed. Noble Seal if it's above a 5. Noble Pile if it's below a 1. Then we move over to our woke score. That goes from 1 to 10. If it's you don't want that to go up. The higher the number, the worse the wokeness is. That's bad. Yeah. And then if a movie can stay not being woke, I give it a 5-point bonus. You don't have to worry about that. Now and after that, we give our overall score, and our overall score goes from 1 to 10, Noble Pile and Noble Seal in effect, and that goes from 1 to 10, 1.5, 2.5 if needed. With that being said, what do you give your score for the story?
The story, and that's my biggest problem with the movie, because I don't know much about it. I'm only going to go from my perspective.
Yeah, I mean,
I think if I would have watched the other movies, it probably would have been a higher score. But I gave it a 3 because it didn't.
I mean, a 3 is not bad for someone who knows nothing of what's going on.
Yeah, I know nothing, so it
obviously was compelling enough. It was obviously compelling enough for you to keep watching. So
yeah, interesting work. You know what I mean? Like, the characters were amazing. Everything was amazing. I just didn't know what they were all about.
Fair enough. I'm not going to contest that. Again, I said that this is not a movie for newcomers. This is a movie. They made these movies for Mad Max fans. That's what they did.
Yep, it sure did.
That movie. Okay, I gave it a story. I gave the story a 4.5, and now that's coming from a person who understands the story because I understand the characters. So I didn't. I would have. Did Mad Max Fury Road get a 5? Oh, it might have gotten a 4.52. I don't know. But but sticking with that, I give it a 4.5. I enjoyed the story. I actually, again, I want to kind of go back and watch Fury Road now. Like, it made me, it compelled me to want to watch it.
I read that one scene where the whole vehicles were chasing each other down the road, that took 70 days to film.
Oh, dude, I mean, shit, the stuntman and all that other crazy. Dude, if you think that's bad, you should see the shit that happens in Fury Road. They made a whole game based off of that where it's all combat vehicle shit because of that shit, okay?
Nice.
I actually enjoyed the game. The Mad Max game is actually really good. All right, so now, moving on to acting. What do you give the score for acting?
I gave that a 5. I thought all the actors were amazing.
No, I agree. Yeah, every single person in this movie did a phenomenal job. I give it a 5. Absolutely.
Yep.
Every. And I was kind of worried going in this because it wasn't. And I know Charlize Theron. She was hard to work with, but she did a good job as Furiosa in Fury Road. So I was really worried about how, because I'm going to say it. I'm going to say this. Now, this is not saying that Charlize Theron is not a pretty woman. She is. Okay, she is an attractive woman. But I thought, seeing the trailers of this movie, I thought Furiosa was too cute for a fucking post-apocalyptic world. She was too pretty. And I was worried about that because, again, I don't know, take that as a compliment or an insult. I don't know. But I thought she was too pretty to play that role in the trailers. Seeing the movie, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying she's not cute. She is. But she did an amazing job as playing the character.
Yeah, I thought so.
Like, I was worried that, again, I'm not too familiar with her work that I can think of, and I thought she did an amazing job as Furiosa. I wish I could have seen an actual cameo, more of Mad Max, but hey, I get it. You don't want to pay Tom Hardy as well. I get it. He's got a big price tag as well. But everybody else, like a Morton Joe, fucking Chris Hemsworth. Like, you can't pay Chris Hemsworth and fucking Tom Hardy in the same fucking movie because they're both they're big hitters.
Yeah, it'll be an expensive film.
And again, Hemsworth's role in this film as fucking Dementus, god damn, he did a great job as a bad guy. I actually enjoyed him as a villain. I did. I really did. So, like, you really believed that he was a psycho. And I got it. Like, so yeah, acting, I gave a 5 as well. Let's move on to the pacing. How do you feel about the pacing? Now, mind you,
this was fast.
That's the thing. Like, this movie was right in your fucking face from the beginning.
Fast from the beginning all the way to the end. Like, it was just nonstop action. It was fast.
Now, again, I do not want to hold the character development because, again, as I said, this movie was not made for first-time comers. So they're expecting you to know.
It did nothing to character development.
Yeah, no, I'll agree with that.
Pace-wise, a 5. I mean, it was fast.
I will give it a, I'll give it a 4.5. I'll give it a 4.5.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I didn't mind anything about character development because I already knew the characters and everything.
You already knew.
Yeah. Again, I want to emphasize that this movie is not for newcomers. You need to read up before watching this movie, and which is rare because most people don't make movies like that. Most people, they try to have entry points.
No, they all. That's exactly what I was trying
even
to
if it's
like,
even if it's a sequel,
find a way to explain.
Yeah, even if it's a sequel, they always try to do that. But the director of this movie, he's like, "Fuck you if you don't know." He didn't make it. He made this movie for Mad Max fans. That's what he did, and he knew the movie he was trying to make. And you know what? I gotta applaud that. He did what he did. Yeah. So. It sucks for newcomers, but at the same time, I wasn't a newcomer, so I kind of went there. So yeah, I give it 4.5 on that one. What do you give the score for the action?
Action packed, baby. 5, definitely a 5 from beginning to end.
I didn't give it a 5, and hear me out.
No,
I didn't give it a 5.
Okay.
I gave it a 4. Now the reason I gave it a 4 was because I think personally, I think Fury Road had more action, so I'm comparing it.
Yeah, so you're coming from the other.
I would have probably given if from memory because it's been a little bit since I've seen it, but I probably would have given Mad Max Fury Road a 5. This I give a 4. Okay, it's still a great movie.
And that was definitely action packed.
Oh no, I think so. They had so much wild shit in that movie. Fire, it's so fun. Like, yeah. If you like the action in this one, I think you would like the action in Fury Road. Like it's pretty goddamn. Like you look at the stunts and you're like, because there's very rare, like most of the shit were stunts. Like even in this movie, it's all stunt work, and you're like, damn, like someone could have died doing that. Like damn. So yeah, I know 4 and a 5. That's not bad. Now let's move on to production. What do you give the production for this film?
Flawless. I gave it a 5 as well.
Okay, no, I also gave it a 5. Straight up.
The fast scenes were beautiful. The truck scenes, oh my god, amazing! Everything was good.
The weather, everything. The sandstorms. Because I mean, anyone who knows anything about Mad Max knows that there's sandstorms. Yada yada. I think the sandstorms were better in Fury Road. Really, they were really thought out. But yeah, again, I give it a 5. You give it a 5. Straight up, awesome.
Absolutely.
Definitely good. So, all right. What do you give the woke score?
I saw none. I just kept it at a 1.
There are some people who tried to argue, oh man, she's a badass. She blah, blah. She's supposed to be.
Right. That's how her character was written from the beginning.
Yeah,
so.
this is a perfect example of how you write a badass female character. She's a badass. And that's the way, like, she's a fucking female She, like most female, or even if you, like, this is where I say this movie doesn't throw any punches. In this movie, if you're a female, most females in the Mad Max lore are baby givers and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they're sex slaves or they're baby givers and all this other shit. You have to be a strong motherfucker to survive. And that's what she was. She was a survivor. They actually have the group of, I won't go into too much of this. They explain a little bit of it. They haven't fully out did this story. And I really hope they make a third one that's after Fury Road that explains this. But the group of people that Furiosa was originally from. Because there was badass women, like all that shit. So they're kind of like Amazons, you know?
Well, they come from a forested area. So
exactly.
Yeah,
so they haven't fully gone into that, sadly.
The green zone, I think they called it, right?
Yeah, some shit like that. And I would like to see more of that. But regardless, I digress. My point is, you want to see a movie that's written for a strong female lead? That's this guy. This is a perfect example of that. She's a badass, and I'm okay with it. So all you motherfuckers that are going, oh, she's a boss bitch. No, she's not. She's actually a badass character. Boss bitch, people forget what meanings are. Boss bitch is where you basically just become a badass out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, just the next thing
you're just a badass because you're a woman. Right? That's boss bitch. This was not that. She was Furiosa is a badass because she's a fucking badass. She earned that shit. Yep. She had a rough upbringing, and some things were possibly questionable.
Right.
Okay? She might have went through some questionable shit. All right. So yeah, again, woke. Leave it out of 1. Again, gets a bonus. Now, with that said, let's get our overall score. What do you give your overall score for Furiosa, a Mad Max saga?
Even though I didn't understand the storyline, everything else kept me engaged. Like, this is a movie you don't turn away from. I give it a 7.5.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah,
even without knowing the story, this movie's that damn fucking good.
Fair enough. And I think if you would have understood more, I think your score would have been higher.
Very likely.
I think so.
Yeah.
I actually gave this film a 9. I gave it a 9. I enjoyed it highly. I will say, great prequel. And I don't really like
long
prequels.
Movie though, and I'm normally not a huge fan of long movies, but this one doesn't bore you enough.
No, and that's kind of how Fury Road is too. That's Mad Max. Mad Max is like that.
Long ass movie,
which I appreciate though, because here's the thing: if you can have a long movie and have a story that's compelling enough to keep my attention the whole time, I'm fine with that. Fuck, it's like Braveheart all over again, Lord of the Rings, all that shit. Like those are long fucking movies, but I sat through them all. You know. Now, the only thing that I will say as of right now, as of the time of recording, the only thing that I will say is a little bit on the steep side, and I get it because there's movies that do this. I don't regret it, but some people might not want to, was the rental. The rental is more than a ticket to the movie. It's $25 for the rental. That's a little steep. I'm not mad.
No, I mean it was even though I didn't understand the plot, it was still worth it. The action kept me there. Yeah.
This is actually a movie that I wanted to go to the theaters to watch, but I couldn't because I had a lot of shit going on. So basically, it's kind of like me paying to go see the fucking movie. Like anyway, so it's and I got to sit down, eat my own popcorn in my own goddamn chair in my own area with my own air conditioner, yada yada.
I find it more entertaining to do that at home.
Doesn't say so whatever. Fine. I don't get me wrong. I will say this. I have paid $20 to $25. I think the Flash, the Flash movie, when that came out, I paid $20 some dollars when that came out because that was actually rentable while it was in theaters. So I actually paid. I paid the high price to see it because I really wanted to see it.
Just to see it.
Yeah. So occasionally I will pay high price. In this one, I don't mind it. I'm not saying that, hey, you know what? If you want to wait until the rental drops down, sure. Wait until it goes down to the average of maybe $6, even $9.99, maybe, okay? Is it worth a $9.99 rental? Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh man, you should spend the $25. I don't mind it, but I'm not going to tell you should do it. But if it does drop down to like $9.99 or something, totally worth it. Totally,
it's definitely a bargain.
Yeah. If it finds itself on a streaming service, which is most likely going to be like Max or something, it's a win.
It'll be there in a couple months. Yeah,
absolutely. I like this movie. I think it was a great movie, and I always enjoy when I watch a movie. It wasn't perfect. Again, like I said, Fury Road I think was better, but it is a rarity that I watch a prequel and I go, oh, that was a good. No, this was a good prequel. Probably the best prequel I have ever seen. This is how you make a prequel. Okay, this is how you make a prequel. Use this as an entry point for prequels. This is how you do it. Good movie. But that is the show.
That is it.
That is it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully if you actually watched the movie, and hopefully we inspired you to watch the movie. This is one of those ones that if you don't like this movie, you can come back and argue with us, but we do recommend this movie.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Definitely watch this movie. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure to join us every Wednesday for our Wednesday movie review here on the Quest Reviews. Every Wednesday at 2 p.m. EST. Make sure to check the schedule to find out all the other stuff that happens on the network, including this show. That, of course, is nobullgi.com, NOBULLGI.com. Check the schedule, find out everything past, present, everything that's coming, going, being released and being renewed, even our drop shows, because they're completely random. Well, they're not random. We usually know in advance, but still, we don't put them in there until we know that we can live up to them. So always check up the schedule for that. Maybe eventually we get some kind of app for it. I don't know. We'll see. But that's nor here nor now. Make sure to check out the merch store. We have a lot of merch, guys, and it goes a long way. Like we said in the beginning of the show, you want to help us out. Merch goes a long way. Even if you buy a fucking magnet, we have magnets. For fuck's sake. I think we might have some stickers too. Like, you don't have to buy the fucking big ass expensive shit. Yeah, we think we have some pretty cool shit. We have some cool shirts and all kinds of shit, and we will be adding more stuff.
Times are tough. We get it.
Exactly. You don't have to. Word of mouth goes a long way. You can always subscribe to our Twitch channel. Absolutely. That goes a long way too. You can have we don't have the subscriber ability here on the YouTube channel yet, but if you want to help us out with that, you can pass it around so we can get more. And the channel is growing. It is growing. It's slower than our other channels, but it is growing. So
doing good.
It's
doing good.
We keep an eye on the ratings. We find out what you guys like and we run with it. Also make sure to check out our archives. Everything past, present, and future is there. Everything. From this show to Attacking the Topic to Grim Tales the podcast, our gaming show, so forth and so on, Abomination Realm, it's all there. Find it. nobullgi.com, NOBULLGI.com. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, hit that notification bell, stay up to date with everything that we do here on the network. Make sure to join us on all of our other socials as well. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Rumble, Discord, everything. It's all there. Check it out. All that information on the website, guys. Make sure to leave some comments down below. We'd love to talk to you. But with that said, guys, I think it is time for us to get the fuck out of here.
Indeed it is. I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your night, guys, and join us on the next one. And we will see you when we see you. Peace.
You don't have to be ready. You just gotta trust that right. Don't have to be scary.